everyone, welcome, hi, hello. Hope you're having an awesome autumn, fall. Today I want to talk a little bit about what I'm currently reading and also what I plan to read over the next couple of months through October and November. Right now I'm reading House of Leaves by Danielewski. This is a book that I've been wanting to read for a really long time, and I know it's got quite a reputation around it, and I just started. I'm only about I'd say 55 pages or so into it, just kind of chipping away at it. Don't really have a ton of thoughts on it yet, other than that I'm enjoying it, but it's definitely taken me about 50 pages to get into, so we'll see how this goes, but I'm really excited. I've been started to read it before, about a few years back, and just stopped reading it, so now I'm determined to get through this kind of over the long term. I'm also currently audio-booking / reading Looking for Alaska by John Green, kind of getting into the school vibes. The autumn always makes me really want to get back into school and education. I get an urge to read classics this time of year, which that's coming up. So yeah, I picked up Looking for Alaska. I've been meaning to read this for a while. I haven't done YA in a really long time, so I was kind of excited to start this. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really fun. It's kind of been a nice juxtaposition from House of Leaves, just because it's just a totally different vibe. So I've been really enjoying that so far. Next up, I've decided to read Dracula by Bram Stoker. Or Bram Stoker. I've read Frankenstein, and I've read that several times, but I've never read Dracula, so really excited to get to this one. Okay, so the next book that I have is Something This Wicked This Way Comes by Bradbury. I picked this one up over the summer because it was on a number of, if you love Stranger Things, you might like this book, and I've also heard this one very highly recommended. I know it has something to do with circus carnival creepy things. It's supposed to be kind of quite a wild ride, but other than that I don't know much about it, so I'm really excited to maybe crack into this guy if I get a chance to this October still. Hi, I'm Jessa. So the next book that I'm kind of hoping to page through more than read is this one, Year of Wonder, Classical Music to Enjoy Day by Day by Clemency, Burton-Hill. Got this out of the library, and I have gotten it before. Fall is kind of symphony season for our area. Our area symphony starts up their season and goes through through the fall and into the spring. So I've just been in a very classical music, it is the season. So I always kind of want to learn a little bit more about classical music, because there's a lot of pieces and composers and things I don't know very much about, even though I really enjoy classical music. And this is an excellent book. It just is a day by day takes you through a piece and a composer, and some of them are older and some of them are a little bit more contemporary. It's just really quite excellent. I've paged through it throughout certain months and so on, but I don't think I've ever done October through December or around that time, so I'm hoping that maybe I'll just chip away at a different area that I haven't seen, or some new composers and so on. So excited to maybe be paging through this a little bit over the fall. So now I'm kind of thinking going into November now a little bit. One of the books I would like to read is The Neverending Story by Ende. Earlier this month, Libby and I went to a convention that was in our local area, and they had a showing of The Neverending Story. So starting in probably more November, I'm hoping to pick up The Neverending Story by Ende. I actually have read this years ago and really liked it. I think I listened to the audio book of it, so now I really would like to read it as a book and not as the audiobook, just because I feel there was things I missed. I remember it being very dreamlike, creepy. This edition is really cool because check out, the text is green. It's the green. I don't know if you can see that. Then it kind of goes purple and green. I don't know quite why it does that, but I'm sure there is a reason, probably within the story from what I remember. And then there's really cool illustrations. So anyway, that got me, this was kind of a fluke. I picked it up from the library and I'm not sure if I'll get to it. I'm hoping to get to it, but now seeing that got me really excited to revisit this guy. So, Love's Labour's Lost by William Shakespeare. He's gonna be in the production this November. So I've read a lot of Shakespeare in my time, but I've never read this one. So I kind of thought, why not treat myself to a new copy of Shakespeare and read a new play before I go see it. So these are I forget what edition. I really like these editions. Modern Library edition. They're like a perfect size. I love the print and the paper quality is really good. This will probably be also November. So a couple of honorable mentions over the fall that would love to get to, but we'll see. I stole this from my brother's bookshelf, and that is S by J.J. Abrams. I feel like this one has made the run on BookTube and the internet. It's just really, really neat. It's the story of like two people like writing within, like, it's supposed to look like a library book, and it's the story of these two people who are writing back and forth in the margins of the book. So it's like actually a book, but it's also got all these like cool inserts and things. It's really neat. Final honorable mentions, just for some levity, since I do have some spooky reads and stuff. The Fruits Basket manga. I loved these as a teenager and I haven't really read them very much recently. I never even got very far when I was like a teen. I read like maybe the first few, really loved it, and I don't really know why I didn't continue with them. So it's always been kind of like just a thing that I've wanted to do, of like reading through all of them, just sporadically throughout the year whenever I just like want a little bit of a change of pace. So hopefully maybe get to some of these, but it's kind of low pressure. If you're still with me, thank you very much. It's been a long time since I've spoken to a camera and I am definitely still getting into the swing of things. Let me know a little bit about what you're reading this autumn, and if you have any suggestions of any other stories or classics or anything spooky that I should be reading or putting on my TBR. So until next time, thank you very much and happy reading.